right, so today we're gonna read a little excerpt from Charisse's book. Charisse's book with the blue cover. Everybody loves the blue cover. Me too. Hopefully by this time you all read more or less about halfway through the book. This is from the beginning of chapter 12, and it's from Draxon's point of view. So, Draxon, chapter 12. His whole reality altered when Charisse kissed him back. This moment is going to stay with me for the rest of my life. Draxon pulled back a couple of inches, staring into her eyes. Did you feel that? He focused on his own storming, out of control feelings. It was like everything changed direction. Yes, I have. And I have no idea what it was or how it will affect us. She withdrew from his arms. Maybe all this is a bad idea. I think it's the best one I ever had, he arched a brow, following each of her reactions. Are you ready to try and see what the energies can do for you? Do for me, Charisse's voice went up an octave. The energy use is a gift. We serve them for the greater good, not exploit them. Her offended undertone reached his ears. The damn Templar training is holding her back. Yet you keep a part of you sealed, rejecting the idea of serving the energies with your full potential. He figured he'd advance slower, one baby step at a time. I've always strived to be the best I could, but there is good and bad in all of us. Charisse turned her back to him. I've kept my darkness under control. First, you're far from keeping your darkness under control. Second, according to your theory, I'm a bad person because I fully use my darkness. Draxon clasped his hands behind him. I didn't say that, she whirled on her heels of her boots facing him. You know, the world isn't made of light and dark, from white and black. He held, letting invisible tendrils of energy travel to Charisse, scouting her deepest emotions. But from infinite shades of gray, the light can't exist without darkness any more than the darkness can be perceived without the light. A shy smile parted her lips. Those shades go all across a wide spectrum of people. Some people are kind, others are cruel, and so on. Charisse clasped her shoulders. It doesn't matter how one connects to the energy, how we draw our power. The only thing that determines who we are is what we do with it. She took a few hesitant steps away from him. Conflict screamed inside her, and Draxon sensed her ongoing fight with her own emotions. As soon as one dared to appear, she suppressed it. Why do you want me to do this? I'm a Templar, not a knight apprentice. Charisse stared at him as if she tried to see through his words. Because you're in danger, not only from everything now happening, but from yourself. Draxon tried to avoid telling her everything at once. What kind of danger? Her delicate features scrunched into a cute scowl. Left uncontrolled and untrained, the darkness you feel inside you will grow. Try to take control of you. It's like a ticking bomb that needs to be diffused. Draxon tried to ease her into the danger of the dark energies. It's been growing, she lowered her head, and as of lately it became harder and harder to deal with it. Charisse's admission carried guilt. I noticed, you're running short on time. Draxon adopted one of his playful smiles, one that usually brought tension and made others feel better. It's why I want you to explore it. You can hide something you cannot control. How am I supposed to do this? I find my strength in serenity. She straightened as if preparing for a fight. How do you suggest I draw power from something I'm locking away? Well, at least she's willing to try. That's a victory. Once you reach your serenity and fill yourself with the light energy that you're familiar with it, slowly letting one emotion at a time. Draxon lifted his chin. I'll monitor and guide you step by step. I'm not sure I understand. One allowing emotion to slip in, break my serenity? Charisse brought her hands in front of her, one above the other, as if holding an invisible globe. Not if you stay focused. Draxon walked closer to her. Have you ever had one of those rainbow cocktails? Yes, what's that got to do with it? Confusion reflected in her round brown eyes. Think of it as a rainbow drink. In the bottom, you have the base, your light energy, the heavier, denser one. His hands move through the air as if drawing a picture. On top of that base, you'll add slow and precise layers, your emotions. Right now, you're walking around with a half full glass. I'm not sure I can do this. Her shoulders relaxed and her hands fell to her sides. Draxon hurried to lift her hands back into position. Of course you can. All you have to do is believe in yourself. And trust me. A smile curved his lips. You think you can do that? Fine, I'll try. The silver curls framing her face moved with a nod. A golden spark appeared between her open palms and the warmth radiating from her filled the air. Moments later, the absence of any emotions, so impossible to achieve for Draxon, hit him like an ice whip. But he needed to focus and do energy around him, like a blanket protecting him from her emptiness. Yes, the Templar's serenity filled, calming and warming, but the absence of any emotions blew through like a blizzard. All right, I'm in full serenity. Charisse's cold, expressionless eyes stared at him. Good. Now focus on a person that means something to you. One emotion. He waited a few seconds until she nodded again. Let it slip in your senses. Draw from that one emotion. A sensation of warmth mixed with the coldness surrounding her exploded and her serenity broke. I can't do it. Her shoulders slumped. You ain't going to be successful on a first try. Closed a hand around her wrist. Failure is part of the learning process. Now you know what not to do in order to accomplish your goal. Out of curiosity, what did you focus on? I couldn't feel anything. My friendship with Kalina? Her whisper sounded timid, as if afraid to be spoken aloud. No wonder the connection was so weak. I couldn't sense it. Draxon lifted her face to him. You need something much stronger. I don't have anything else. Sincerity reflected in her eyes. She doesn't even know her own emotions. Yes, you do. Earlier, when Avon called, fear called around you like a barbed wire. Use it. He gently squeezed her hand and released it. Love, fear, and anger. Those are some of the strongest emotions, and they're packed with the most potential. Charisse shook her head, backing away. No, I can't. It's almost a reflex to lock fear away. All right? Intrigued, Draxon arched the brow. What else you got? Nothing? She shrugged, facing the water. She suppresses fear and she doesn't know what love for one person is. Maybe I should make her angry. I know she can feel that. Well, then maybe I was wrong. Draxon stood by her side, his gaze gliding over the smooth surface of the lake. Perhaps you're not that special after all. All this was a bad idea from the start. A tiny spark of anger flickered to life in her tongue. I'm nothing more than a Templar. Her voice fluctuated. An unwanted child abandoned by a woman named Karana. There, exploit what you're feeling now. Draxon faced her, lifting her hands in the same stance she used moments ago. Let all your frustration and anger out. For a second time, she focused, reaching serenity. Now what? Her question sounded like it traveled from far away. Think of your mother. Let the anger slowly in. For one fleeting moment, she connected to the darkness growing inside her, only to lose it. I'm hopeless, she lowered her head. Again, Draxon's short order sounded harsh, but at least she confirmed his suspicion. She could draw power from both serenity and emotions. And that's it. After that, it's more spoilers. So I don't want to ruin it for anyone that's going to read it.
Oh, that was a beautiful excerpt. Thank you so much. I loved it. And it's such like that was a roller coaster of emotions in such a short excerpt too. That's amazing.